Hi there, it's April 17th and time for Proverbs 17. Let's jump over there and we'll get to it. A dry crust eaten in peace is better than steak every day along with argument and strife. Okay, now that's not in there. As usual, we're using the Living Bible this month, which I don't really like paraphrases, and backing that up with the New American Standard, which is a direct word-for-word translation. And it's better as a dry morsel and quietness with it than a house full of feasting and strife. Doesn't say every day. No. We'll leave that alone. Verse 2, a wise slave will rule his master's wicked sons and share their estate. Yeah. Doesn't really say that either. A servant who acts wisely will rule over a son who acts shamefully. Yeah, share in the inheritance among brothers. Okay. 3, silver and gold are purified by fire, but God purifies hearts. That's a good one. Okay. The refining pot is for silver and the furnace for gold, but the Lord tests hearts. Okay. There's a lot of talks about, the Lord puts us through the fire to purify us. When you melt silver and gold, all the impurities float to the top, and then they're scraped off and thrown away. Then you're left with pure silver and pure gold. That's what the refining fire is. God does that to your heart, and you know what? It hurts. But the end result is pure. For the wicked enjoy fellowship with others who are wicked. Liars enjoy liars. An evildoer listens to wicked lips, and a liar pays attention to destructive tongue. Right? People like being around their own kind. You want to change your kind? Hang around smart people. Hang around wise people. Hang around humble people. 5, mocking the poor is mocking the God who made them. He will punish those who rejoice at others' misfortunes. That's very well said. Well said. Good for you. An old man's grandchildren are his crowning glory. A child's glory is his father. Right? Children are... I like my grandchildren, and when my children were little, okay, toddlers, 7, 8, even up to teenagers, I was their hero. Okay, Dad is my hero, and I very much enjoyed being my kids' hero. Okay, best part about fatherhood. Oh yeah, that's true. A child's glory is his father, and the glory of sons is their fathers. 7, truth from a rebel or lies from a king are both unexpected. Okay. Excellent speech is not fitting for a fool, much less are lying lips to a prince. Okay, king, prince. 8, a bribe works like magic. Whoever uses it will prosper. This is a fact, but not to be encouraged, right? A bribe is like a charm in the sight of his owner. Wherever he turns, he prospers. That's not in a good way, though, okay? Okay, bribing anybody is giving somebody money or presents to get them to do something that you think should be done. Okay? This goes on in our government rampantly, okay? Rampantly. How can you say that? Is it easy to prove? Yeah. Just look at their income statements. We pay them, the average congressperson makes $170,000 a year. Their net worth goes up $1.5 million every year. Would you like to be able to do that? Yeah. There you go. That's not the kind of prospering that it's good. 9, love forgets mistakes, nagging about them parts the best of friends. Oh, that's weird. One who conceals an offense seeks love, but one who repeats a matter separates close friends. It says repeats a matter, it's like nagging about them. Okay, we'll leave that alone too. We'll spend the whole time arguing about this, right? A rebuke to a man of common sense is more effective than 100 lashes on the back of a rebel. Yeah, that's true. And they're using rebel again. Okay. Fool. A rebel is not a fool. A fool is someone who is stupid. Okay. Jesus was a rebel. Okay. A rebel is somebody who doesn't agree with the current establishment and their rules. A lot of us could be considered rebels, and we're not fools. So that word, and they've used it in past tense, is completely wrong. Okay? And I'll say that every time I see it. Okay? The wicked live for rebellion, and they shall be severely punished. It is safer to meet a bear robbed of her cubs than a fool caught in his foolishness or folly. Right. I wouldn't want to do either. If you repay evil for good, a curse is upon your home. Yeah. Evil will not depart from his house. "14. It's hard to stop a quarrel once it starts, so don't let it begin." That's well put, too. Right. The beginning of strife is like letting out water, so abandon the quarrel before it breaks out. Right. If the water bursts out of a pipe, you can't put it back in the pipe. Okay, that's what they're saying. 15. The Lord despises those who say that bad is good and good is bad. Yeah, that goes on a lot. One who justifies the wicked and one who condemns the righteous, both of them alike are an abomination to the Lord. Right. 16. It is senseless to pay tuition to educate a rebel, a fool, not a rebel, who has no heart for truth. Okay. Fool and rebel, those words are not interchangeable. I'm sorry. Some rebels are fools. Some smart people are fools too. So, a true friend is always loyal, and a brother is born to help in time of need. Right. That's true. It always said in the other version, a brother is born for adversity. Right. 18. It is poor judgment to countersign an author's note, to become responsible for his debts. Right. Now, Solomon says this, talks about this in almost every single chapter. Not every, but almost every chapter he talks about co-signing or being responsible for other people's debts and how terribly foolish that is not to do it. So he must know something, huh? 19. Sinners love to fight. Boasting is looking for trouble. One who makes his doorway high seeks destruction. That's interesting, though. 20. An evil man is suspicious of everyone and tumbles into constant trouble. Right. That's true. That is true. One who has a crooked mind finds nothing good, and one who is corrupted in his language falls into evil. Altered in his tongue. Lies. Right? 21. It's no fun to be a rebel's father. Fool. Wrong again. rebel is not a fool, okay? And a fool is not a rebel. He who fathers a fool does so to his sorrow, and a father of a fool has no joy. Okay? You know, that could turn you against people trying to do good. That could turn you against Jesus, okay? Jesus was a rebel. A cheerful heart does good like medicine, but a broken spirit makes one sick. How many heard your grandma say that? A cheerful heart does good like medicine. 23. It is wrong to accept a bribe to twist justice. Yeah. Do you think that's going on today? You don't even have to go far to find that out. Huh? Wisdom is the main pursuit of sensible men, but a fool's goals are at the ends of the earth. All right, dreamers. Dreamers. 25. A rebellious son is a grief to his father. I bet it says foolish over here. Yep, foolish. And a bitter blow to his mother. A foolish son is a grief to his father, and a bitter soul to his. You know, I got news for you. All kids at one point in their life are rebellious. Every single one. Okay? But it's a phase, and they grow out of it. You know? In their early to mid-teens, they think they know everything on earth, and you suddenly are the stupidest person in the world. But they come back, you know. Usually by the time they're 25 and 30, they come back, and they're a different person, and suddenly you're the smartest person. They know. You know. But you can't confuse rebels with fools, okay? Rebels is what gave us the country we live in, okay? It was rebels who made America, and they weren't fools. You know, to be rebellious means to go against the system, and teenagers all do that, okay? And one time or another they do that. I mean, it may be a different, you know, modes of severity, so to speak, but yeah. 26. How short-sighted to fine the godly for being good, and to punish nobles for being honest. Wow, that's weird. It is not good to find the righteous, nor to strike the noble for their uprightness. Yeah. There are certain people that are just trying to go after people just for being good. You know? They've never done anything wrong, and they're going to find them and punish them for being honest and never doing anything wrong. It happens. That's called a two-tiered justice system. 27, 28. The man of few words and settled mind is wise. Therefore, even a fool is thought to be wise when he is silent. It pays him to keep his mouth shut. Right. And it says fool here. I'm surprised it doesn't say rebel. But even a fool is thought to be wise when he keeps his mouth shut. See, and that's 28. They should have separated that. Even a fool, when he keeps silent, is considered wise. Right. Yeah. One who withholds his words has knowledge. This is another keep quiet, okay? Even if you're if you don't know anything, you keep quiet, or they're not going to know that you don't know anything, okay? They'll think, well, maybe that guy's really smart. So there's Proverbs 17. We can go over our highlights here. Okay, we just corrected something here. A dry crust eaten in peace is better than steak every day, along with argument and strife. Okay. Better is a dry morsel and quietness with it than a house full of feasting with strife. Depending on the time of year, I call that the Thanksgiving verse, okay? Where you You all go together to see people you hardly ever talk to, and then fights break out and the cops get called. It gets awkward, okay? You're better off staying home and having a peanut butter sandwich. Okay, this was just a question. Silver and gold are purified by fire, but God purifies hearts. He says the refining pot and the furnace is for gold, but God tests hearts. Puts you through the fire and you come out pure. Painful process. We highlighted 5. Mocking the poor is mocking the God who made them. He will punish those who rejoice at others' misfortunes. Right? That's being proud and not being humble. God doesn't like prideful people. We highlighted 6. An old man's children are his crowning, grandchildren are his crowning glory. A child's glory is his father. You need to be your child's hero if you're a dad, okay? That means answering all their questions, fixing their toys when they're broke, lifting them up over your head and putting them on your shoulders. That makes them feel wonderful. And you will be your child's glory. We talked about this. A bribe works like magic. Whoever uses it will prosper. Not in a good way. Okay. And it even says there, this is a fact, but not to be encouraged. Right? We're not telling you to bribe people. And for one thing, it's illegal in a lot of places. Okay. We won't go over all the times we found the word rebel in here when the real word is fool, and you know, they're calling something blue when it's actually red, or purple when it's actually green. You can't mix those up. It's hard to stop a quarrel once it starts, so don't let it begin. And I actually said over here that it's like letting out water. It's like a pipe breaking. You can't put the water back in the pipe once it's all over the place. Okay? Don't break the pipe in the first place. So don't start an argument. Okay? And how do you do that? Keep quiet. Keep your mouth shut. And if somebody comes out, what we talked about yesterday, Proverbs 16, a gentle word. It's in 15 actually. 2 days ago. A gentle word turns away wrath. Okay? Where was I? Oh yeah. Okay. Here's a rebel and fool again. A true friend is always loyal, and a brother is born to help in time of need. Yes. Brothers are born for adversity. Now, some friends are so loyal that they consider themselves brothers, which means they're going to be there in times of trouble. They're going to be there. Okay? I have friends that are as close as brothers. It's poor judgment to co-sign for anybody. Period. Poor judgment. Okay? A person lacking sense co-signs for somebody. There's the word rebel and fool again. 22. A cheerful heart does good like medicine, but a broken spirit makes one sick. Right? This is true. Find a reason to be happy, and you'll be healthier. Okay? And there's lots of reasons to be happy. Okay? It is wrong to accept a bribe to twist justice. Okay, what's this say up here? A bribe works like magic. Whoever uses it will prosper, but it's wrong to accept a bribe to twist justice. There you go. I should have put those right beside each other, huh? There you go. Rebellious and foolish. Again. Don't like it. Okay. And even a fool is thought to be wise when he is silent. There you go. So that's Proverbs 17. We're correcting all the stuff that I'm correcting the stuff I don't agree with. You may not agree with it, and that's okay. You know, let's say the word rebel and fool, because that's two different things. I mean, Whoever was in on this paraphrase really didn't like rebellious people. So you missed the part about Jesus standing out in the street, shouting at the synagogues and calling them names. Huh? That's a rebel. So there you have it. That's Proverbs 17 for April 17th. This is the 8th time we're going through this, and I'm just going to keep doing it, My goal is to do it 24 times, but I might just keep on doing it after that because I want all these committed in memory, okay? Because there are certain promises in here that when you become wise and can do all these things and bring them on the edge of your lips, then everything else will fall in place, okay? And that's what I'm counting on. So we're reading about David. I think we're reading more Psalms today or something. They put a lot of Psalms in the middle of Samuel because Samuel is a story about David, and that's when he wrote most of this stuff. When he wrote about this Psalms, he was writing about certain things he was going through at the time. So they're kind of putting the Psalms in there when he goes through that. So it's interesting. But we'll do that. Catch that later today. Give us a like if you think about it. But until next time, stay humble. Just a side note, I was listening to replayings today, and I noticed I sniff a lot. I suffer from terrible allergies. The reason being is that I find myself closest to heaven in the woods, in the deep woods, okay? I'm allergic to the deep woods, okay? But I love the deep woods, okay? I belong at the desert or at the beach. Neither place, most people can't afford to live at the desert or the beach. But I live, I can find it here. I live here. This is my driveway. All the woods that I'm allergic to. But I'm closest to God when I'm in the woods, and I feel close to God here. But I suffer from terrible allergies, so I'm always sniffing, and my nose, and it itches, and my eyes itch, and it passes eventually. But during the spring, especially, April, May, June, it's just allergies are terrible. So I apologize for that. Put up with my sniffing and rubbing my nose and eyes all the time, but that's just an apology for that. See you next time.